Carl Jung was so in his head that he lost his mind. Anyone I know who's spent time reading and understanding his ideas gets absolutely mesmerized. They get wrapped up in his abstractions and float off into the clouds. We can become disconnected from reality and live in ideas. The Ashkenazi Jews had an amazing word for this type of gent, a Luftmensch. A Luftmensch is, quote, an impractical contemplative person having no definite business or income. Similar to what you would describe as an airhead. You know these types of people. Either you or someone you know just flashed in your mind. Likes to intellectualize instead of dealing with the here and now. They escape the discomfort of the present by rambling on about past, the future, or something that they were thinking about just before. Freud knew this, of course. He noticed his patients would jump into their thoughts to avoid dealing with their actual real problems. He called this a defense mechanism. Not happy with themselves, they would build castles in the sky, in their imagination. A nation built by their own images within their mind. Now, don't get me wrong, imagination can be a beautiful thing. It is the source of life for all of the great creatives of our time. It is the fire that you can see in a curious child's eyes. But like anything, the problem lies in the extremes. Unless you confirm your thoughts by testing their reality, you're not living in the world. You are living in a comfortable fantasy of your own creation. You are disembodied. You are a Luftmensch. And living too much in your head can make you depressed, miserable, and of course anxious. Take Plato and Aristotle for example. Plato thought that we live in a world that is an imperfect replica of another ideal world, the world of forms. He thought that there was a perfect world that exists outside this one. Plato's Republic is a repetition of this idea, a beautiful kingdom that can be preserved with certain ideas and actions. Plato leaned towards Luftmenschism. He was a airhead. Now Aristotle was on a different boat altogether. Aristotle thought Plato was off his head. He focused on the natural world and believed that only the things we can see are real. Aristotle thought that Plato's great mistake was to confuse abstracted thought with the real world itself. The interesting thing is that the Abrahamic religions, like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, are informed by Plato's ideas. 4.3 or so billion, or around 56% of the world population would call themselves either Jewish, Christian, or Muslim. Each religion is a framework of ideas and beliefs that makes sense of the world. The Abrahamic religions are no different. They all postulate a place that exists outside of this one, along with ideas and actions that will get us there. The arrogant modernist, of course, sees heaven as a fantasy, made for idiots who can't take the brutal truth of reality. And of course, the naive traditionalist sees heaven as a real place that exists outside of this earth that we must try and get to. As with most things, the answer lies somewhere in the middle, the Luftmensch who tests his ideas in the real world. The man who dares to unify the heavenly Apollo with chthonic Dionysus. If we are bold enough, we can at least attempt to mediator between heaven and earth. We can try to pull the ideals of heaven into the reality of earth. But we allow fear and anxiety to get in the way of living in reality. Obviously this has been attempted before, but has often remained perverted due to the complete foolery of airhead dictators who, of course, have always leaned towards untested idealism, as for the examples shown by socialist utopianism. Without living in reality, we can never get into the embodied experience of what works and what doesn't work. And without experience, how can we ever have confidence in ourselves and our abilities? How can we ever move towards true self-respect? So, do you dare to put your thoughts and ideas to use in this world? Do not allow fear and anxiety to hold you back from being who you could be. Allow reality to give you feedback on what works and what doesn't work. Not your thoughts about what might happen or what might work. What's the smallest thing you could do that you actually would do today? What's worse, A moment of fear and anxiety, or lying on your deathbed wondering what would have been true, or could have been true? You can only answer that question by yourself. This is why I have created Myorum Society. Myorum Society provides tailored coaching for health, wealth, relationships, and the cultivation of happiness. We've created the most cost-effective ways to level up across your entire life with tailored coaching from individuals in different disciplines. So if you're interested, come on to a free consultation call with me and we can run you down the entire process of how you can get involved in the program. I look forward to talking to you, and I'll see you on the inside.